If, as I know you are going to tell us, that traditional family is disappearing, I know from my own personal experience in my life that for many people going through the breaking down of these traditional families, it is excruciatingly painful. It was not expected. We were not prepared for this sort of thing. And so, being Americans, many of us turn inward. In other words, we blame ourselves for the end of an institution we came to rely upon or to expect. And now I'm urging you and others to confront that this isn't really a personal story. There's too many millions of people that it's happening to. This is a social process. It has social causes, it has social consequences, and it may have social solutions. And those are what I want to explore with you. So let's begin. Give me your take. Is the traditional family breaking down? And what signs are there that would lead you to believe it is or it isn't?
Well, it certainly is breaking down because the economic and social conditions that supported it for the families and for the mass of Americans have broken down. Now, what used to be the mass Americans was white people. We have had greater mingling now. African Americans could never afford dependent wives and children and wage-earning men because African American men did not earn family wages as a whole. However, for the mass of Americans, what was a buttress and center pole that held up the tent of American life is collapsing. And it's collapsing because the social and economic conditions that held it up are collapsing. Of course, there's some psychological role, but the basic problems are social and economic because the family wage no longer exists for the mass of people.
You mean by family wage an amount of wages that allows the man not only to reproduce himself, but to take care of the wife, the children, the dependents at home?
That's right. That doesn't hold up anymore. Those union fought and won well-paid jobs have been exported, robotized, mechanized, computerized by capitalists seeking greater profits. They're the culprits here, and they weren't stopped, and that's what they've done and continue to do. And so what happened was, in the 1970s, as male wages collapsed because their jobs were exported, mechanized, robotized, and computerized, is wives had to enter the labor force. Black women always had a greater participation in the labor force, but mass of whites doubled. The number of women in the workforce doubled starting in the 1970s, including mothers, everyone, because two wages didn't even earn what one wage used to in terms of the real wages that support a family.